Okay, it's 10 o'clock, or 10:10 actually, 10:10 on the 5th of April 2023. And interestingly enough, I didn't want to, but I set up a YouTube live, and the interesting thing was it got disconnected. There's some internet issues in Northern. We do get them every now and again. And I just found that really fascinating because my topic was perspectives, low density versus high vibration, high vibrancy, and the topic was going to discuss. I haven't brushed my hair yet. The topic was going to discuss like the perspectives of a situation, and how we look at it is, yeah, same situation, different perspective. I think you all have heard of the story of the 6 9. The people, they look at the number, and from one side it looks like a 6, and from the other side it looks like a 9. So both sides are true, but they're not seeing the full picture. So, but that doesn't actually tie in with the story of the low vibration versus a high vibrancy. That's actually not quite relevant there. What actually happens is, depending on how we look at the picture and how we react and respond energetically to the picture, is actually what we feed, what we fuel, and then what energetically gets built upon, and that's what gets created. Like, so what our perspective of a situation, the energy around how we treat a situation, is how that situation continues. So that's why our frequency is so important. So if we're working on a low vibrational frequency, which is fear-based, and fear is just the umbrella, what it actually can look like is, insecurity, doubt, worry, control, trying to control, not relaxing, over concerned, doing too much, taking on too much of the burden, feeling burdened, feeling like you got to do it all on your own, feeling a sense of real, deep isolation, and feeling a need to have to dictate, dominate, direct. I hope you get the picture, right? So that's low density, fear-based energy. Okay, do, prove, control, fear, worrying, blah, blah, blah. It's a horrible energy to be in, and we all slip into it. In my counselling yesterday, and also with this group of ladies last night, we're talking about it, and it's just a normal human way of being that we slip into moments of doubt or moments of fear. The trick is to step above it super quick. Like, trick is to by default never go there at all, which people do actually master. That's what I'm aiming for. Oh yeah, but people actually do master it. But you got to hone it. It's a skill set you've got to hone. It does not come easy, because by default humans will go to the negative, and also by default humans, in my opinion, from a lot I've learned, remember and learn more about the tragedies and the trauma and the sadness and the despair and the anger and the dark energies. So the dark energies have such an impact on us, in that they are so destructive, they are so exhausting, they are so impactful, that we actually remember the experience almost sometimes verbatim, and from that we can then remember the learnings. We can actually learn a lot through those low vibrational experiences and low vibrational moments within ourselves. The trick is not to stay there, and the trick is to not identify with that as that being us. That low vibration energy and density is not us. That's not us. So the other end of it, which is the high vibrational sort of, and there's gamuts of low vibrations and there's gamuts of high vibrations. So obviously we can be in the middle, and then we can go really down and super low, and the lowest of the lowest of the lowest would be the darkest of the most evil you could imagine, right? And the highest of the highest would be the most godliest divine you could ever imagine. So obviously there's there's the middle, and then the full gamut going up the full spectrum. So we all somewhere different in that spectrum. And as time goes by and we learn and we grow, if we choose in that pathway of learning and growing, we keep going higher and higher and higher and higher and higher and higher and higher in our high frequency. And when we have our low times just go a little bit under that halfway mark. Whereas when we're just on the halfway mark, our low times are really down here, low, low, low. And some people just stay low, and they might incrementally sort of slowly build up. So it's a fascinating journey. And the more you look into it, and the more you look at what other people are experiencing, the more you go, wow, this is really phenomenally fascinating. And when you look around at people and you watch what people are doing and how people are, and you're coming from that really observant high frequency space, which in general involves being non-judgmental and highly compassionate, you can actually see what people are doing. And and we need to really be mindful of not jumping into someone else's experience, not jumping into someone else's flow. Like, they've got a lesson to learn, they've got experience with. But at the same time, we need to show them the light. We need to show them what they can be, but we do not enable. Do not make them feel useless. We've got to let them feel that density, what they're going through, in order to learn it, to step up into the light. But we have to support them in their learning process. I've been surrounded by people for most of my life. I have been literally surrounded by the most supportive, helpful, godly people for most of my life. I've always attracted people that are supporting me and helping me step up and grow and be the best I can. It's just, I've really come to realize just how many people, how many experiences in my life where I've had someone, I'll be really honest, there's so many times where I've actually had people giving me all this energy and love and care, and I felt completely unworthy. I felt so unworthy. I was like, why are you giving me any attention at all? What are you bothering with me for? And I found it really hard to receive their love, and I found it really hard to receive what they were trying to teach me. And I found it really hard to receive their support. I've been given a lot of help and support in my life that I've rejected because I didn't feel like I was worthy. I didn't want to drain them. I didn't want to burden them. It's like, well, but it was their choice to give it. You know what I mean? And and then I could see these people were so frustrated that I wouldn't accept what they were wanting to offer me, because now I know where they're coming from, because I'm in that position where I with no hidden agenda, all I want to do is help heal the world. All I want to do is, help guide people, teach people, help people step up into the biggest and best version of who they can be, and step into their divine light, step into their divine purpose. And you offer small things to people, and they can't handle it. It freaks them out. They can't handle it. They just think, they're in from fear space mode, and they're looking for the hidden agenda. They're looking for what the catch is. Or they also don't feel like they're worthy. Anyways, perspectives, everyone. Perspective. So the low density versus the high vibrancy is a simplistic way of labeling it. And the high vibrancy really looks like it's love. Because we can only live in two stances, love or fear. Love or fear. And love and fear are the umbrella. They're the umbrella of all the gamuts of emotions and thoughts and feelings and actions that come underneath. So think of two sides, love and fear. Think of two sides, evil and good. or evil and divine. It's a horrible way to say it, but when we are in that place of fear, we are in evil. When we are in that place of love, we are in divine. As I said, there's many different layers and gamuts of you can be a lot in the divine and a little bit in the evil, a lot in the evil, a little bit in divine, really low in the evil, really high in the divine. You could be really up high in the divine and have no evil. Like you can be up middle high of the divine and have no evil. Or you could be quite low in the evil and have no divine, but you're not downright low. So these are very simplistic terms, but sometimes simplistic terms really help. And I had this analogy this morning. So basically, I like I have a lot of thought patterns around my YouTube channel because I've always wanted to be a writer. Well, not even wanted to be, felt called to be. It's my vocation. Okay, I've always felt really drawn. I just got to fix up my dressing gown. I've always felt really drawn to be it's a calling. It's been like this. I love to write. I love words. And then as time went by, and I've shared all of this with you so many times. Some people, this might be their first viewing of my YouTube, or that they've never even seen my Facebook thing. So they don't actually, hang on a second. It's actually quite cold today. It's sunny, but there's a real... Before I go into the YouTube channel, I want to discuss something with you too. With you all, not with you two. What am I talking about? You two. Today I'm in my dressing gown right now, and I'm actually supposed to be at work. Okay, and what actually happened was, about 2 days ago, I got hit. I've had a lot of what you call 3D, worldly, bodily, emotional, not emotional necessarily, but body and physical issues for a long time. So sometimes my body really knocks me out and is working against me. But I also know that's low vibrational sort of energy. Look, I'm not going to go into that topic right now. That's such a big topic. I've discussed it to the nth degree. But health, you can see health in a few different ways. You can see health as, if you've got low health, you can see it as the demons, demonic attacks trying to knock you out from stepping up into the full light of what you can really be. You can see it as God is slowing you down to really make you look at something so that you can delve deeper into that learning of what it is to be in a human body, to then step up into the divine. And you can look at it as it's something that you need to learn. There's a lot of lessons in having body and physical issues that depend on the perspective of how you look at the issues. It trains you. So right now I have a huge list of stuff that I could tell you that's not right with my body and my mind. So my body, I've got a lot of aches and pains in my body right now. My neck, my shoulders, my left groin. Like I can barely walk because I've got this... From when I worked in aged care industry, it really shattered my wrists and my groin and my back. And right now I've also got like a headache. I've had this headache for days now. And, because of my neck and my shoulder are completely out. And there's this incredibly deep pain all around here. And my whole body, I'm hot. I've got a bit of a fever. My whole body's really hot and it's aching, like I've got blood poisoning, blah, blah, blah. So that's just some of the things, right? I've got this tinnitus, this high-pitched sound in my left ear. And with the headaches, obviously my eyes are really sore and this and that, rah. And I've got ulcers in my thing because I'm not eating properly, not eating enough green vegetables, rah. Now, I'm not looking at any of this as woe be me. I'm just thinking, all right, this is just as it is. This body of mine needs some attention here, and blah, blah, blah. And I was supposed to be at work today, and I was still going to go to work today because it's my today was supposed to be my first day of my new job. But I was still going to go to work, and just do it. And today I was painting her house, so it's really hard work, not easy work. So it was going to be hard, but that's what I do. I work through my body pains, and I just keep persisting because I've got the perspective of it's just a body that God can heal. And I've been renovating this house the whole time I've been here in this house for the last 17 months. I've been doing everything with a lot of body pains, vertigo, pretty much most of the time I've been working on this house, I've been working against my body to get the jobs done. And it's been one of the most amazing experiences in realizing how we can transcend anything that's physically trying to block us. Because I had a goal and a dream. I knew it was God's wish for me to get this house to be beautiful for my husband and I, so we could start moving forward into our creative dreams under God's. We've got so much to do within this property, this house. It's going to be a beautiful it's going to be a beautiful therapy space and a beautiful musical space, and it's going to, it's beautiful, some beautiful retreats and everything that we discussed that originally inspired my husband, but then when he realised how much money it needed and how much time and effort it needed, it freaked him out, and he went into fear mode. And that's what he's learning right now, how to step out of fear mode and how to step into love mode, trust the divine. We'll get back to all of that. This will be a circular video, as most of my discussions are, because it all interconnects, you see. That's why it's so hard to stay on one topic sometimes, because it's actually such a gamut of all these different pieces fitting together. But the perspective of love, fear, good, divine, evil, faith, doubt, all the polarities, right? So think of all the different polarities, black, white. We're not going to black and white. I'm just saying, think of like night, day, just think of polarities. And in this discussion around perspectives, that's how we're going. So from a perspective of what I have of God does miracles, God works miracles, I'm a child of God, I'm under God's protection. I don't go into fear around my body pains anymore, okay? So I just know that it's going to be okay. And I also know that I'm having these body issues for a reason, like a legit reason. And I'm not sure how much to share with you what's been happening these last 3 days, but I have been, because I don't want to forget my topic, but these last 3 days I've been getting what you call downloads, and my brain has been like a cloud of fog, heavy, dense, like there's a dense blanket inside my head. Like my head's felt heavy, really heavy, and it's felt really inside. It's been hard to think and do, and then the piercing, this sounds, it being louder than it normally is, and I've just gone, right, so I just know that, because when you're a light being, you get, angel of God, earth angel of God, and light bearer, right? Part of it, and I know there's others of you out there who are having this experience, because there's quite a few of us. And I'll go into that topic in full another time, because I've done heaps of videos and heaps of lives that I haven't made public on this topic, because I'm doing the recordings, but then I'm thinking, I don't think this is the right time to get the information out, because I sort of went into doubt. I thought it was doubt and I thought it was fear, but I don't think it's doubt and fear. I think it's me learning discernment, or I think it's me just learning that it doesn't matter if I'm speaking the information, getting it out there, and I don't present it to the world just yet. Like, that's not me being fearful. This is what I've been having to learn this last few days. Like, I've got so much to share, so much I need to share. I need to be in a space of full faith and full trust to really go deep into what it is I really am godly divine to share with you all. But at the same time, I've got to protect myself and be strong enough to withstand the worldly onslaught that will come from that. So the demonic forces, people's perspectives of stuff that I need to share, that I'm divinely guided to share, will actually trigger so many people that when I step up into that full leap of faith and step into that warrior of God, that ambassador of God, that real earth angel of God, and I really start speaking what it is that I've been divinely guided to speak and share about, when I actually really start sharing with you all on my YouTube, which is what my YouTube channel actually is really about, is stepping up the vibration of earth, getting earth to heal. When I start really speaking what it is that I really need to be sharing and stating, the onslaught, the demonic onslaught is going to intensify, and I am going to be so persecuted and so attacked and so victimized, and I know that, and I'm prepared for it, and I keep going, I don't feel strong enough yet. And that's why I was dabbling with this fear thing, like, oh, am I slipping into fear? Am I slipping into doubt? But I'm under the protection of God. I should be able to just jump into it. And then I was getting these clear messages. Well, right now I'm preparing you. I'm preparing you. I'm preparing you. So now you've accepted the journey. I've got the perspective of I've accepted the journey of being a calling of God. I've accepted the journey of stepping up and being really brave and courageous. That was courageous enough just to accept the journey, is what I've been told. And now it's the time to really recuperate and get really strong. And my getting strong, which is so interesting, my getting strong and recuperating is actually resting and restoring. It's so interesting. So if this is resonating with anyone, my getting strong is actually for the first time in my whole life surrendering in complete trust that it's okay, that I'm not doing everything, that I'm not having to be in control and orchestrating and managing. Because that control and orchestrating and managing and doing and going above and feeling like you can't let anyone down, you've got to keep doing this, you've got to keep doing that, that is actually coming from a place of fear. So I now have the perspective of when I need to rest. Resting is not weak. A month ago, I thought resting was weak. I thought resting was evil. I thought if I relaxed, if I didn't keep pushing through all this body pain, if I didn't keep doing this, if I didn't do one really big job a day, minimum 3 chores a day, but one really big job a day, I was making massive fast headway, that I was failing, that I was actually not being the best I could be, that I was succumbing to being evil, succumbing to being lazy, rah, 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 rah. And I've had to learn through the church and through the Bible study, all the ladies are helping realize, no, it's not laziness, it's restoration. And so I've had to learn in that place of love, that rest and recuperation, that dormant, that time just to allow the body to recuperate is actually what is required, so that we can then be mentally on fire, and we can, look, there's so many words I could say around this, but I think you get the picture, because I don't want to go talk about this for too long. The point of the story is my body ailments and has forced me to rest and restore. But when I say force, I could have forced myself to keep working with it and keep pushing myself to work against it and keep doing stuff with all these ailments, but I didn't. I accepted that the ailments were a gift. Came from a perspective of gratitude that my ailments were actually helping me just relax and just be in the moment, just not having to get certain things done in that day, letting that agenda go, letting the need to have to be so productive go, letting myself know that God needs me to heal my body and my mind. That's part of my training. In surrendering to God and from the perspective of trusting, and living in the place of love. And if I go into any feelings of doubt or fear, just quickly saying, God, please take this doubt away from me. What is it that I need to know to get out of this doubt? God, what do I need to get out of this place of fear? I've just slumped into fear. So I'm getting out of my fear modes really quickly. I'm getting out of my doubt modes really quickly. And I'm staying in that more higher vibrancy space for a lot longer. And in it, I'm getting a lot of wisdom. So what's actually happening is, in this time of restoration and rest, I'm doing a lot of study. So, but I keep saying to myself, why can't you just actually rest and sleep? I don't want to sleep. I don't need to sleep. I just need to be resting my actual body. And I'm not able to write like I'd like to. I have been doing a lot of writing, so I've been doing a lot of learning and writing a lot. But what I've been doing a lot of is just laying on this daybed or laying on my couch and having a YouTube article go, and I'm just laying there with my eyes shut listening. It is wonderful. So I'm learning and resting, and I'm not taking notes, and then I'm hoping I remember what I've learned, and then I sometimes forget it, and I go, if I'd written it down, I would have remembered it, because I'm a high distinction uni student, I know the process of how important it is to write what you're learning to really retain. My metacognition is actually, I'm kinesthetic, and I've got to write whilst I'm listening to really get it, and I've got to put pictures in my head to really get it, and then I just remember it. I just don't lose the information. But if I'm listening to it, I tend to not completely remember it or retain it. But in saying that, I've released that control of needing to remember it all, that fear, I'm not going to remember it all. And I've gone into the perspective of, I'm listening to this amazing YouTube article. Some of it I'm going to remember. The gist of it I will get. Just trust, Nadina, and also trust that you're literally here just to rest and restore, and this YouTube article is just a bonus. So, yeah, it's an amazing perspective to be coming from, everyone. Now, back to my job today. I was going to go anyways because I really need the money. It's the first time in 3 months that I've been working. The dogs are old enough, because I've shared with you all that the last job I had, when my husband ran to the demon cesspit, because that's what he was comfortable with, just to work out, he really had to go into the dark, really had to do his learnings and his lessons around going deep, drowning in the dark, drowning in the dark, to really realize that he had the ability to save himself and get himself out, and he had the ability to really go into the light and really go into the love and really step up into all that God has destined and designed him to be. So when he ran off, to do his learnings, his dark density learnings, I got left in a horrific circumstance. I wasn't just betrayed, I was also left to deal with an impossible situation. It was an impossible situation to recover from. It was impossible. And everyone said, I don't know how you're coping, I don't know how you're doing it. Like, everyone was freaking out that that it was going to be too hard. And it was really hard. It's been one of the most harrowing and hardest times of my life. And in that, one of the things that had to happen in that time frame was I had to give up my job, because I had this little 3-month-old pup and a 16-month-old pup at the time. I think it was 13 months at the time, sorry. So I had a 13-month-old pup and a 3-month-old pup, and this 13-month-old dog was a big, strong, boisterous male, and the 3-month-old was just this little pup that was going to become a big dog eventually. And they needed to be constantly monitored, and they needed to be trained, and I just had to give up my work to watch it all, and it put put us in real poverty. And also, obviously, I had an extra dog to feed, and you know, everything just went really, really hard, like really hard, like to the line where my animals and I were hungry, really hungry. And it was only through the grace of God that people were helping us out with food, you know. And obviously feeding my animals was more important than feeding myself, but that was a silly thing to think like. So I was like, no, I'm as important as the animals. But I was prepared to go hungry. If I got given a food hamper, I'd give every bit of meat in that food hamper to the dogs, you know what I mean? So this job I had today was really important because I thought, okay, the dogs are now old enough, because now they're 6 months and 17 months. Now I thought the dogs are old enough that I can leave them home alone for longer periods of time. And the older dog, the male dog's booked in for his sterilisation. I shared a story with you about vet pay. You contact vet pay, you've given the information, and you get a loan. They ascertain how much you can get a loan for, and then from that, the vet gets paid immediately, and then you just own vet pay the money. It's a fantastic system. So finally, I was able to book my male dog in to get castrated, and then now I don't have to worry about that side of things. Thank the Lord. And then when the little one's 1 year old and she's had her first heat, well, after she's had her first heat, I can get her sterilised. But today they had a really big fight. I woke up at 5:30, and we were all resting. And then, but around 7:30, there was this. I was starting to get mentally ready to get up to go to work, and it was a big day painting this lady's house, which is hard work because you've got to clean the walls, you've got to fix up any cracks, and then you've got to clean the walls really thoroughly, and then you do the first coat, second and third. You don't do the third coat in the same day though. Well, I don't. Not by the time you've done the cleaning the walls and prepping the walls takes a long time. They had this really big fight, and it was so aggressive. It was so scary. And then I brought the little one inside, and I let the big one outside. So I brought Xena inside, left Alvin outside. And I thought, and as I had her on the couch, she kept licking her vulva, and I was like, did something just happen? Did she give off a scent that made him get excited, and did he try to do something with her, and then she attacked him because he was trying to do something? I went, oh my God, I can't leave him alone today. That was actually the sound that they were making, because it was more Xena that was being really full on, like the sound she was making, but Alvin was being really full on as well. So I thought, no, they can't be left alone today. And I'm not prepared. I don't have the yard set up to separate her when she goes into heat yet. I've got to separate her from the other dogs when she goes into heat. It's going to be really challenging. And so I sent my client a message, and I spent about an hour writing the message, about 40 minutes. I'm, just saying, please take this with the grace of God, that I'm really committed to this job. I really need this job, and I'm really committed to this job, but I can't leave my dogs alone today. And as I was writing the message, I was feeling really like I was going to make $300 today. We need this money, and my dogs yet again are holding me back. It's been 4 months that I haven't been able to work because I've had to manage. I think it's been 4 months, 3 and a bit months. That I haven't been able to work, so I've had to basically look after these dogs because they're too young to be left alone. And then, come up, and then it's the first day. Here's little Xenobina. It's the first day, right? Relax, though. It's the first day, literally the first day of when I was about to start work. And then something about the dog. Sit down now, Xena. What are you doing? Gosh, that's a weird thing to do. Just relax. I mean it. I'm training the dogs that when they're on the day bed, they've got to relax. Like, this is a relaxed spot. And if they don't relax on the daybed, then they're not allowed on here. She's snicking me like crazy. Stop it. There she is, see? Yeah, they got to learn this daybed is a shared space, and it's a relaxed space. And if they're going to be hyper, they have to actually go at the back. She's been too hyper. She's been annoying. You go at the back then. Xena. So anyways, yeah, she's relaxing now. Half. She's half relaxing. She's wriggling a little bit. She's been a little bit, she was trying to eat my dressing gown. Alvin's relaxing. Alvin knows. For God's sake, Xena, just relax. I think she's going on heat. I literally think she can't handle her body right now. All right, get off. Get off. Relax or out the back. Alvin's old enough now that he knows, which is really good. Xena's still learning. But anyways, the point of the story is, anyways, she's annoying me right now. Hang on. Enough. Sorry, I can't concentrate when she does this. Hang on a second. All right, get off. Off. Get out the back. Off. Yeah. Nah, if she can't relax, she's not allowed on the daybed. And I don't let them on the daybed or on the deck anymore because they've just destroyed the mattress, pillows, my planter boxes. This is this deck areas where I do my Bible study. It's like, because I'm renovating my house, renovating my husband's and my house, renovating our home, right? And I can tell you right now, when you're living in a house that you're renovating, it is really hard, especially when you love having a beautiful home and you just want to just get up in the morning and do something just right, or do something really creative, or just have a normal life. But you actually, your whole life is around getting the house ready to make it a home. It's like, yeah, one day it'll be a home, one day it's going to be an organised home. So this deck area is really important for my mental well-being because it's one of the only spaces where I can actually literally at the moment have guests. And in regards to the home issue, the Bible study ladies say it's a beautiful home, and any visit I have said it's a beautiful home, and I can live in the home. Like, you know, the bedroom and the lounge room are livable, and the kitchen is workable, and you know, like, it's a home. Trust me. So, but the Bible study, having the Bible study here really helps it become a real home. Having good memories in the house, like having like a weekly Bible study. Sorry, it's fortnightly. It's become fortnightly. Fortnightly Bible study group at my house is such a blessing. And I had a bit of a Christmas gathering here as well, and it's getting there. It's getting there, and everyone knows it's a house that's in the process of being renovated. But back to my job this morning, I sent her the message, and I had a lot of fear around. She was going to say, you don't, where's your commitment? But she didn't. As I was writing, I was praying to God for the right word choice. I said, God, please let me get the message that I'm not balking at the job. I just cannot leave these dogs alone today. Like, Xena was acting really weird and like wiggling her body everywhere. She was shoving her butt in Alvin's face. He was just trying to rest. So I know she's on heat. She's going on heat. She should be going on heat probably tomorrow. So what I have to do is set up the guest room as a lockable space. I have to take everything out of the guest room. It's got a mattress and it's got, the TV will be all right, but I've got to take anything that she can chew out of there. She might destroy the carpet. She's going to wee in the carpet, isn't she? So what I have, the next biggest horrible thing that I've got to focus on, which is draining me, is I've got to keep Xena hidden from any other male dogs for, I think it's 5 days. I've got to update that research today because she's definitely going on heat. Once she's had her first heat, then she can be sterilised. So, I'm not looking forward to this, but at least Alvin will be sterilised Wednesday. Next Wednesday he's getting sterilised. So at least I don't have to worry about him. So I can have her and him in the house alone together, which is good. But I've got to keep her away from other males that aren't sterilised. Other males might try to jump the fence or whatever. It's going to be horrible. But once that's done, then the dog thing should be easy. And they're going to grow up. They'll stop destroying my garden. Anyways, the lady's response to my text was very godly, very kindly. And she actually said, I've been building up my energy to work with you coming today. I actually really, this is actually God working for us, because I actually really need to rest today. And I was supposed to be working there with her tomorrow as well. And she said, I'd really like if you could come next week. And I was like, well, I sent a message, well, that actually worked out really well for both of us, because I'm so exhausted and so run down. And wow, I've been going, how am I going to do this job? I have no idea how I'm going to manage it, but I'm going to do it. So the dog's having that fight this morning. And the perspective of the dog's fighting, I prayed to God, what is this about? How am I going to deal with it? I need the money. And I have to be honest, I can't go to work today when they're acting like this. They're not safe to be alone, unsupervised. And the outcome is it's given my client and I another week, and we'll start next week, and Al will be sterilised by then. And so, it's about perspective, because when I realised that the dog's fighting, I had to honour that, and I had to trust the process. I didn't go into fear. I did for a few minutes, but then I got myself out of it, and the outcome was a good one, which is why I'm still here in my not dressing gown at whatever time it is now, 10:30, whatever it is. And then I was saying to God, all right, so now to the YouTube dilemma. I haven't been putting anything on my YouTube the last few days, because every video I do or every YouTube live I do, I either keep the video, not upload the video, or I keep the YouTube live private, not public. Because I've been having a lot of different, little bug just went into my coffee. I've been having a lot of doubts and fears around my YouTube, and I've been praying to God for the strength to continue with my YouTube channel. And yeah, I've just been really clearly guided not to give up on YouTube channel. It's especially with the ladies last night at the Bible study, ladies, we all went out to dinner last night, and I actually had no money. Today was the day I was going to get money for my job, but also Centrelink money. But last night I had no money. And I said, when the lady said, we're going to dinner after, I said, okay, I won't be coming. And one of the ladies goes, what? One lady's, why? I said, actually, I don't have money until tomorrow. She goes, that's okay, I'll pay for your dinner. I went, yeah, well, I can pay you back tomorrow. And she goes, well, I want to shout you. And I said, no, I'm going to pay you back tomorrow. Okay. But anyways, it was such a lovely evening. And when I told some of the ladies about my YouTube channel, they want to join up. I went, oh, they go, well, you don't want me to. I said, it's just the whole thing about my YouTube channel freaks me out. It's like, I said, when it's just strangers watching it, I can sort of handle it. But I actually know I've got so many friends. There's people who I know who are on that YouTube who have subscribed. And yes, subscribe. Of course I want you to subscribe. And of course I want you to share it. I said, God's guided me to do this YouTube channel. So of course, I said, but it's so raw. I said, like some of my videos, I've actually got snot coming out of my nose. And like some of them I'm broken. I'm completely broken. It's like, but that's what God guided me to show the world. Like, and when we do a collage, there'll be a time when I get some admin people to help me with my YouTube channel, and we're going to, or some IT help. And then what we'll do is we'll just go through. We will go through all of my videos, and we'll edit certain bits of the videos, as in there's some of my videos I actually want to edit, quite seriously edit, like I want to take some information out. And others, I want to do a montage, like a, and I said to this one lady last night, it is going to be the biggest testimony to coming to the Lord, because when I first started the YouTube channel, I didn't call myself a Christian. I was speaking to God, and I was and I had a Bible in my house, and I was praying, like I had my own relationship with God, and I was going to church every now and again. But then I started going to church every single Sunday, reading the Bible, Bible study, and I surrendered to God. I surrendered to Jesus. And I did that from a place of it made sense. It was the only thing that made sense. The only thing that made sense in all of my life. So there's a testimony there. And that testimony alone will bring more and more people to the light. That testimony alone will help save probably thousands of people. By the time that montage gets created, by the time that montage gets out to the world, that testimony alone will show that God is just love. It's all love. And when we come from a place of love and we're living in love, that's when our life works. That's when everything comes together. The blessings come together. We've got the perspective, our perspectives, where we're in the higher frequency vibration, and we're aligned with making everything work. We're aligned with believing in our worth and our trust. We accept the supports and the helps because we know we're worthy. We have really good, healthy boundaries so we can really step up and be really brave and do big things, knowing that we're safe, knowing that everything is perfect. Like regarding my YouTube channel, everyone, I really need to I'm not sure what the word is. I have to relinquish control and relinquish the sense of orchestrating my YouTube channel. I don't have to make my YouTube channel perfect. I don't have to have it look a certain way. I don't have to be presented a certain way. I don't have to do all this study to be of worth. I don't have to prove to you that I don't have to have it so organized like it's a lecture. It is literally just me sharing with you. It's just me sharing. And I am enough. And the way I share is enough. And there are people out there who need it to be presented the way I present it and hear it the way I present it. And I just need to let go of the fear that I'm not good enough for this channel, or that I'm not good enough to be presenting this information. And this last few days has been shown, Nadina, you are enough. You've got to really believe and trust. Just let God work through me. Just let the YouTubes continue organically. Like, you know, I have faith that God is orchestrating this perfectly and beautifully. And yes, there will be a time when I can really show you in a clear, distinct way what I've learnt. There will be a time when my books are written and things are collated and there's time and it just makes sense. That OCD perfectionist side of me, you know, is such a difficult part of me to step up and over, and to get to that perspective of just sharing organically with you all is all that is required. Authentically, sharing authentically without, I don't have to do the prep work, everyone. I am the prep work. My life is the prep work. and I've been showing this really clearly. Relax. That's it. Well done. Say hello. Say hello. So I've been shown really clearly, okay, sorry, I've been given another week of not working, okay, so I've got today, and we're not doing op shop this Friday because of, it's Good Friday, so I've got, I thought this was such a busy week, right? I thought my only free day this week was Monday, and on Monday I forced myself to do some work on my house, right? Because I thought it was the only free day I was going to have in the whole week. And then and I was feeling shattered on Monday. I was thinking, how am I going to get through this week? But in trust, it'll be all right. And then, okay, relax. And then as it's turned out, I've got Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and Saturday free. And then Sunday's church. And then today, what I shall be doing is painting my own house. Painting my own house. Because I got the kitchen plaster sanded, and now what I've got to do is wash the walls down and then put that first coat of the paint on those other two walls. And if I have, towards the end of the day, the second coat. There's going to be built-ins put into that kitchen eventually, so basically, she's beautiful, isn't she? So basically, I don't necessarily need to do a third coat. And then in the library, I'll just do more of the painting and the scraping that I wanted to do on Monday, but didn't get time to do. And but I've got today and tomorrow, you see, so technically I can also rest. Oh, that's right. And I've been having heaps of people say to me, do your work on the house, do what you got to do, because yes, it needs to be done, but rather than do such long hours, rather than going doing 6 or 7 or 8 intense hours, why don't you just do 2 hours and just rest? Watch a movie, read a book, or just rest, and then go and do another 2 hours. Wow. Wow. Why not? Why not? Why not just do... So I'm so weak I can barely lift my hand up right now. I'm so weak. All I want to do is lie down and sleep or watch a movie right now. It's actually all I want to do. It's all I want to do is just rest right now. So I've been really taking on board what the ladies are saying. Like, just you need to get your home in action. Yes, you do, but you also got a lot of health issues going on, and not just health issues, but a lot of emotional trauma. You know, so today I'm definitely painting the kitchen. Okay, the first coat, maybe the second coat. And I'm definitely going to do some stuff in the library, and I'm also going to intersperse it with, I have to go out and get another bag of dog food, that's right. So I'm going to have to go out before it's 5 o'clock. I've got to take the dogs for their walk as well, of course. Yeah. But I'm definitely going to do at least one coat of paint on the kitchen. Definitely. We'll see what else happens. Perspectives. And my YouTube will continue. I'm not going to do YouTube on my walks anymore. I've decided. I think it's easier if I'm just sitting still. I think I can focus more. There's something about when I go for those walks and I'm talking, sometimes I feel like I share things. It's hard to explain to you, like, because I'm not being still. See, when I'm still now, I feel like I can go really quiet, or I can have my books around me if I needed. There's something different about if I'm sitting still and I'm just talking to you, compared to sharing with you, compared to when I'm walking through the bush. Because when I'm walking through the bush, I'm seeing all this stuff. It's all magical, and I want to share it with you all. And but detracts from me experiencing that just for me. That's my meditation time. I realise I've been denying me my meditation time by doing those lives while I'm walking, and I'm not as focused on the dogs. I'm not as focused on, like, I can see what they're doing, but I just think it'd be nicer just to walk just with them in quietness and really hear the birds. And I don't think I've been honouring myself enough, because I was trying to do two things at once. I was trying to go three things at once. I was trying to walk the dogs, right, whilst doing my YouTube channel. And I was trying to utilise that walk time to utilise, I was trying to utilise that their walk time as also my YouTube time. So I was dealing with two things at once, two chores done and dusted, because I do see my YouTube channel as a chore, it's a commitment. But I was denying myself what I needed, which is my beautiful, peaceful, quiet time, just with that river and that sky. And I will still probably do some videos and maybe some YouTube lives every now and again while I'm doing my walks. But I've decided, and I still will take my camera, because remember that one time I didn't take the camera, and I was like, oh, I will still take my camera, okay, so I can take footage. And maybe it'll just be videos and not lives. Maybe that's the difference. Maybe it's just I just take short videos of the beautiful walk, and I show you the beauty of it, but I just focus on myself. So just a little bit of showing you the beauty, and then I'll shut the video down and then do my walk with my dogs. So I've been really looking at how I can make the YouTube work a bit more beneficially. And yeah, I don't know, peoples. We've got to really keep staying in that perspective of love and that perspective of faith and trust and prosperity and abundance. And it's just a beautiful space to live in, and all is perfect. So I'm going to shut this video down, and I have decided, actually, because my head's really pounding, I'm not going to put my work clothes on just yet, and I'm not going to paint the kitchen just yet. What I'm actually going to do is go back to bed, and what I'm going to do is put on, I've got some really inspiring YouTube articles that I've been listening to that I really want to, I'll keep listening to. And then when inevitably I fall into a sleep, and then what I'm going to do is when I wake up from my sleep, I'm just going to put some normal clothes on, and then I'll go and get the dog food, and I'll do some other little things in Northern Town. I'll get myself some soy milk, and I don't at this moment even have enough money to really do shopping for me, which is shocking. But next week I'll start my job, and I will. My Centrelink pay does not cover me being able to do shopping. But I've got this huge ulcer in here. It's huge. So I'm going to buy some oranges and some lemons and some green vegetables, and and I'm going to make myself a really nice salad. And then when I come home, I might take, no, then when I come home, I'll do the first coat of paint. And then I'll take the dogs for their walk. And then I'll come home and do the second coat of paint. So it takes half an hour to dry if it's a good day. That sounds good, doesn't it? God's blessings, everyone. I will post this video right now because I haven't uploaded anything on my YouTube channel for days. So this will be it. So this is Wednesday, the 5th of April. We'll all pray for each other, okay? So, Heavenly Father, let us all be in a place of abundance and prosperity and surrendering to your love and your ever so wonderful, miraculous, gracious, consistent, unconditional love. Let us all today, this beautiful Wednesday, the 5th of April, have a day where we really honour our path and our calling as children of God to you, and honour our path of knowing that all is well. You've got our backs. All is perfect. Upon surrendering to you, you just shine blessings upon us, and that at all times we're in a place of complete safety, cherished, nourished, loved children of yourself, of your wonderful, divine, being, essence, all that you are. Father God, thank you so much for this beautiful, wondrous life you've given us all. Thank you, Father God, for all these beautiful blessings, for all these beautiful opportunities and chances and possibilities and experiences. And may we all really feel strong and brave and compelled to do your calling. Dear Father, thank you. We love you, and thank you for this wonderful YouTube channel, and thank you for working through me to help anyone that needs to hear what I say, guided by you. May we heal this world. May we all heal this world. Create this world to be the godly world and eradicate evil. Everyone, in God's divine blessings and love, we can do this. We can actually heal planet Earth. We can get rid of the corruption and the evil. Just got to lift up your vibrations. Come from that perspective of love at all times. If you ever slip into fear and doubt, just pray to God to get it released. We can do this, everyone. God's blessing, God's love. All right, I'll speak to you tomorrow. Daily YouTubes is my promise. Not committing to a time frame, committing to it being within every 24 hours, okay? God's blessings, and I'm really looking forward to hearing where you're stepping up into God's callings and being brave. And yeah, all right, God's blessings. I love you all so much. 369 Tribe, Godly Soul Tribe. Love you. Bye.